Hi there, it's Lucy Johnson from fullybookedformula.com, where we work with personal trainers and other health, fitness and wellness professionals to help them get more clients, make more money and dramatically improve the quality of their life in the next 3 to 6 months. And in today's video tip, I'm going to share with you my 2 best ways of how not to lose out to your competition. A question I get asked all the time by my clients and by other fitness professionals is, I'm scared about the competition. There's so many big gyms opening up. There's so many budget gyms opening now. How can I possibly compete with all the other things in my area that do exactly what I do? How can I make sure I don't lose clients out to these competitors, especially if they're doing something very similar? And there's 2 main ways I want to talk to you about how to avoid this from happening. The first thing you've got to remember is that people essentially buy from other people. People like to know who they're buying from, and particularly if you're a small business or a one-man band, maybe you're just self-employed doing your thing by yourself, your biggest asset that will stop you losing out your customers to your competitors is you. So it's really important that you use yourself a lot throughout your marketing, that you make sure you have your own image on your flyers, that you have your own image on your website, and that you really make the most of the fact that you are a real life human being running this personal training business or this dance school or this boot camp business, whatever it might be that you do. That way, you're going to find you stand out an awful lot from your competitors that might be the big kind of faceless gym chains or the other establishments that don't have one lead person kind of as their brand. That's what you've got to make the most of. And I really encourage that you make your business as personal as you can. It's your business, it's your baby. You want to make sure people know that you are the person behind it. Don't hide behind a logo. Don't hide behind some kind of posh corporate image. People buy from people. Be real. Make sure you are all over your marketing. If you do a weekly e-zine, it's really great to let people in on what's happening in your life. So you want to let them in on kind of, personal stuff, but not private. Let them know what you're doing with your family. Let them know where you're going on your holidays. And people will find that they start to build up a relationship with you. Even if they're not yet your client and they don't know you personally, they start to know things about you because they see in your weekly e-zine where you're going and what you're doing, because they see on your flyers what you look like, because they see on your Facebook statuses what you've been doing and where you've been going and the kind of things that you like and you don't like. And this is where you really have a big advantage over your competitors if you're willing to do this, because ultimately people buy from people. The second big tip I'm going to give you is most companies, most other trainers, most other fitness, health and wellness providers that don't kind of know this stuff, what they do is they tell people what they think they want to hear in their marketing. They use the words that they think people want to hear. And what you need to do if you want to stop losing customers to your competitors is you need to start speaking to the conversation already going on in your customer's head. And what I mean by this is you need to take some time to speak to your clients, speak to your best customers, or if you don't have any yet, you need to take the time to speak to people you would think might well become your customers and find out what are the words that they use when they describe their health and their fitness. What is the terminology that they use? Do they talk about weight loss, not fat loss? Do they talk about just wanting to exercise with real women rather than being, super athletic and hardcore? You've got to become aware of what are the words they're using when they think about their health and fitness. How do they talk about things? And when they talk about what they desire, what kind of body or what kind of health and fitness they want to have, that's really important because, they might use the words, oh, well, I want to drop a few pounds, but I don't want to be a skinny mini. Those are the kind of words you need to use in your marketing when you talk to them. You don't want to be talking about having a lean, toned body if they would never say that out loud. If your average client would say, well, I just want to look a little bit better in my dress on a night out or whatever. You've got to use the language that they're talking in. And that way you will find it much easier to make a connection with people so that they come to you rather than going to your competitors, even if you're more expensive. If you are speaking to the conversation already in their head, you're using the kind of language they use and you're dropping all the technical jargon, people will always come to you over your competitors. So those are my 2 best tips for you on how not to lose out to your competitors. Make sure you implement them straight away and let me know how you get on.